If you're a hot girl with stomach issues, this video is definitely for you. This is basically going to be like a TED talk, but for bloating. So if you are someone who does suffer from gut health issues or severe bloating like I did, I'm literally going to be covering everything on what I've done to improve my gut health and also how I managed to reduce my bloating. If you haven't already, go get a pen and paper, get your notes out on your phone, however you want to write down all of this valuable information that I'm going to share with you all, and also get yourself a snack or a cup of tea or a coffee or whatever beverage you like to drink. Before we actually do jump into all of the valuable information, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is not medical advice at all. I'm not a doctor. If you do have severe gut health issues or bloating, I definitely would recommend that you go speak to a health professional, because that's exactly what I did, working with a functional medicine doctor for the last year and a bit. Okay guys, so now that we've covered that, time to jump in. Basically, let's just jump straight into the deep end of when I had severe bloating. Not only did I have severe bloating, I also had a lot of other health issues going on. I had some undiagnosed autoimmune issues. I had lots of skin issues, mood issues, PMS. Even when I ate healthy food, I would have gut health issues. I would literally eat the most healthiest fruits and vegetables, and I would still bloat like a balloon. Eventually got to the point where my symptoms were so bad, I honestly didn't know what else to do. That is why I decided to see a functional medicine doctor. I'd also seen naturopaths in the past. Being totally honest, even with naturopaths, they just put me on like a bunch of supplements and I still had a whole host of issues. So that's why I decided to go down functional medicine, I guess, path. One thing that I really liked about seeing a functional medicine doctor was that they did a lot of testing. That is why I always suggest, guys, test, don't guess. You're dealing with and you know how to reduce your symptoms and fix the issue. Functional medicine doctor, she did a food sensitivities test first. I kid you not, I had over 30 to 35 different food sensitivities. Now, please don't get confused food sensitivities for a full-blown anaphylaxis reaction happening. Although I'm able to recommend, I guess, foods for you guys to eat, this is why I really recommend either doing an elimination diet to start with or getting some food sensitivities testing done, because we are all so unique based on our bio-individuality, which basically means all different based on our genetics, our metabolism, our environmental exposures. So please keep that in mind. Works for me in terms of, I guess, supplements and diet be completely different from what you would need in order to reduce your bloating. Not going to go into the full details of what an elimination diet involves. You guys can do your own research or speak to a health professional. I really think that is usually step one when it comes to your gut health and reducing your bloating. That doesn't mean that food sensitivities are the sole issue of why someone could possibly have bloating. It is usually a combination of that as well as some other things that are going on. When the functional medicine doctor that I've been seeing decided to do what's called a GI map stools test. Yes, guys, it is a stool sample, but trust me, you're going to get so much information out of doing this test. Literally detect hidden infections such as parasites, bacterial overgrowths, candida overgrowth, beneficial bacteria, and it pretty much shows you whether you have enough of it or not. And on top of that, it also shows you really valuable markers in terms of your immune gut function. And mine was honestly a hot mess when it come to that section. And it also showed with my zonulin marker that I had leaky gut. Went on a few different supplements to help repair my gut lining. Number one, I would say, is L-glutamine powder. And guys, this is not medical advice. If you are currently taking any medication, I would check with your doctor before starting any supplements. So this has honestly been really helpful for me. I usually mix this in with my smoothie every morning. I also love my collagen powder. I've posted about this on my TikTok, to my smoothie every morning as well. The supplement that I've been having is just some chicken bone broth, probiotic. Again, this is totally down to your own bio-individuality, because it really depends what bacteria you're lacking or whether you have an overgrowth. So Again, do your research when it comes to what probiotic you need. Thirsty, so it's tea time. Since we're on the topic of gut health, I am drinking, show you the tea because it's going to spill everywhere, ginger tea, which is really good for digestion and your gut health. Everyone that knows me knows how much tea I drink a day. If I'm being totally honest, I probably drink 7 to 8 cups of tea a day. Okay, enough tea talk. Where were we? GI-MAP stools test. I introduced new supplements to help repair my gut lining, doing the elimination diet, but then functional medicine doctor really wanted to get the root cause of why my gut health wasn't functioning so well and why I had so many food sensitivities to begin with. I decided to do an organic acids test. Test for me was probably the most valuable in terms of information I got. Overall health, it literally shows you your mitochondria health. Also pick up hidden infections. It will show you some bacterial markers as well as yeast markers. The thing that I really like about this test, it also shows you your neurotransmitters and show you certain deficiencies such as B vitamins, vitamin C. If you're someone that's wondering, well, Renee, where can I get all of these tests done? That is why I recommend that you speak to a health professional. I know some naturopaths in Australia do these testing, but you have to do your research. Some functional nutritionists, functional medicine doctors, and also integrative doctors can do these testing. Probably going to be the longest video I ever filmed, so I need another tea break. Okay, intermission time, guys. Go get yourself a snack. Okay, so where were we? So I did the organic acids test. Again, my functional medicine doctor put me on a few targeted supplements. Now, next up, and this is probably the most valuable piece of information, I guess, I got out of seeing a functional medicine doctor based on, based on all of the symptoms I had. And basically when you go see a functional medicine doctor, you have a 4-hour-long consult. Well, the one I saw, that's what we did to begin with. So she literally asked me so many questions about my health, and she sort of had this feeling that a lot of my symptoms were coming from toxicity, in particular mycotoxins, which is mold exposure. We went down the path of doing some testing for biotoxin illness. I did a genetic testing and I also did some nasal swabs. Now, my results for that all came back very positive. So she was 100% sure that I had biotoxin illness, also known as chronic inflammatory response syndrome. A lot of you probably haven't heard about this because if I'm being totally honest, I had no idea what this was before I saw my functional medicine doctor. And again, it is not something that is really spoken about. It's not something that I see on the news or in articles or on Instagram. So I was like, what the hell is this? So I went and did my own research and obviously spoke to my doctor about it. There is some specific blood tests that you can get done for it, but based on my symptoms and because these blood tests literally cost an arm and a leg, I decided not to get any more testing done. She basically just treated me based on my symptoms and the test results that I did get back that were positive on a big detox program. So I use things like binders as well as certain supplements to support my body whilst detoxing. Probably all wondering, Renee, how does that relate to bloating? Like, yes, this is a video about bloating. All I can say is that before I started this detox program that I went on, my bloating was still not great. I'd started supplements. A lot of my bloating did reduce from going on an elimination diet, but I still had a lot of bloating, especially after certain meals. And it wasn't until I went on this detox program that a lot of my bloating resolved on its own over time. Now, this is not something that miraculously went away overnight or in 2 weeks. Literally took me a good 3 to 4 months to really notice a reduction in my bloating. If you are someone that suspects that maybe you could have this biotoxin illness too, definitely speak to your doctor about it, guys, because it honestly goes so unrecognized. That could be a major root cause of why someone like myself was chronically bloated for so long. Going back to the organic acids test just for a little bit, my results from that did show that I had a bit of a yeast and candida overgrowth, which is honestly something that I'm still working on trying to get rid of. I've been able to reduce it a lot through probiotics as well as my diet. Infections such as Candida and I guess SIBO, which you've probably all heard of, can definitely cause bloating. So I think that definitely has to be addressed as part of a gut healing program. I think my best advice when it comes to diet, healing your gut, is trying an elimination diet if you haven't, because that was honestly what I needed to sort of reset my gut at the start, to really reduce those food sensitivities. And not just bloating, it improved my skin, it improved my sleep, it improved my mood. You'd be surprised what food sensitivities can actually do to your overall health. I hope you've enjoyed. This is going to be part 1 of my little gut health series that I'm going to do. I'm thinking of maybe doing a follow-up on gut health, maybe of some more supplements, maybe some recipes. Let me know if you would like me to share this with you, because I honestly could talk about gut health and bloating literally all day, any day. And I will see you guys all in my next video. XOXO, gossip goat.